Alright, what's up guys, my name's Cynical and welcome to the video. As you know, the other day, the trailer for Murder Totem dropped and we saw the new perk that we're getting in Season 4 Reloaded, which is Mule Kick. Yes, I wish I was joking. Anyway, so obviously we get the reveal of Mule Kick, and so not even 24 hours ago, the Mule Kick perk upgrades get leaked. So on screen now are the Mule Kick perk upgrade for zombies. So let's roll through it one by one. So let's quickly go over the upgrades and then let's talk about it afterwards. So upgrade 1, crafted equipment grants an additional equipment if able. Number 2, all enemies have a small chance to drop ammo. Number 3, stowed weapons slowly refill ammo from the stock. Number 4 is 25% chance to keep non-retrievable equipment when used. And number 5 is third primary weapon is recovered when repurchasing Mule Kick. Now, let's go over that. So, number 1, crafted equipment grants an additional equipment if able to. It means you get 2 of everything that you craft instead of 1. This is useful for early game, but later on, it kind of really drops off. And I don't see it as useful later game as it is early game. Probably early game. I don't see anyone buying Mule Kick though for early game. You know, Mule Kick is when you're further down the line. You've got that 50,000 points in the bag, and you're like, I'm gonna get myself a second shotgun, or I'm gonna spin my luck at the box and just take whatever comes, or I want 2 wonder weapons. You know, that's the kind of only time you need Mule Kick. Later on in the game, and that's you know, crafted equipment isn't really going to help then, other than a monkey bomb, you know. But at that stage in the game, you're doing strategies where you don't need the monkey bomb. You know, you're doing strategies that are fast. They don't need the game to be slowed down because you're going for a high round. So I think number 1's pretty useless. I wouldn't be using it. So on to upgrade 2. All enemies have a small chance to drop ammo. This is very useful at a high round. If you're using weapons like a shotgun or a high level AR that causes a lot of damage per shot in the higher rounds, then yes, I kind of see this being a very useful upgrade. Other than when you get the bosses drop. So when the mini bosses drop the ammo after killing them, you don't really notice the ammo deficit, but over rounds you kind of do. So this will help later on in the rounds with your ray gun ammo, your shotgun ammo, and again your high level AR. You know, if it's gold rated and you know is level 3 pack-a-punched, you're not really going to notice your ammo going down. So I think this is a very useful one, and this one that will really help. So to number 3 now, stowed weapons slowly refill ammo from stock. This is useful for that fast action gameplay. So you know when you're at like round 40, going on to 50, and you've just burned all through your shotgun ammo, and you're like, oh, I need to get onto my second weapon, and then you fire all the bullets out of your second weapon, and then you're like, oh, I'm still surrounded. I need to go to, for example, my other gun. You go back to your other gun, or even gun 3, use all that ammo. You can then go back to gun 1 and that gun's fully reloaded and you haven't even have to press the reload button and deal with a tedious animation. I feel that's the only time it's useful, because 9 times out of 10 at lower rounds you're going to be reloading mid-round with all your weapons, but this just saves so much hassle. And I think this is okay. I think that's okay. Again, I wouldn't see how that would be useful, but it's probably more useful than the actual perk itself. So on to number 4, 25% chance to keep non-retrievable equipment when used. This is probably the worst part about it, because honestly, equipment later in game, when the damage falls off, is just useless. No one is going to be using, you know, the fact that, yeah, you can throw a C4. Oh, I've got another free C4. But where's the use in that? You know, you're going to be round 60, round 70, you know. You're going to be using multiple C4s per throw, you know. 25% chance. There's a chance in 3 C4s you might get a free one, you know. That's all you're going to be dealing with. There's going to be no other use for it. but you're still not going to be causing a lot of damage, even with that many C4s. You know? Using your flashbangs, using all of that sort of stuff. You don't use it at a later round. You know, the only thing you really use at a later round is a stim shot for when your shield's been depleted and you decide, I need to run away from this and not take any damage. And if you do take damage and you start getting down to that lower health, you can stim shot yourself and just run away. That's the only time you're going to be noticing the usefulness of that perk. Other than that, it's completely pointless and it just doesn't work. And for number 5, third primary weapon is recovered when repurchasing Mule Kick. No one is going to be buying a third weapon. We've done this when it was released all those games ago. We never used a third weapon. It's a pain in the ass to deal with 3 weapons. 2 is completely fine. Using 2 weapons is fine. No one is going to use 3 weapons. Unless you're that weird or fancy your chance in using it, you're not going to benefit from having a third primary weapon. If you've got 2 guns that can put out a max amount of damage, why would you need a third? If you've got 1 gun that is your saving grace gun, and then you have another gun which is just your round per round gun, it's not your saving grace gun, and then you get a third gun, you get into a spot of trouble and you can't press L2 R2 fast enough, and by instinct you switch over to your weapon thinking it's your saving grace weapon. No, it's your third weapon. You've gone down. I think the only time I'll ever be buying Mule Kick when this perk is out is to use it for its abilities, for the small chance to drop ammo, its stowed weapons that refill ammo from the stock, and I'd really say that's it. The rest of it I'm probably never going to use. I'm never going to be buying a third weapon unless it's absolutely necessary. It's just a completely redundant perk. They had so many better perks they could have put in this. They could have made a new perk. But no, the 2 maps that they've released back to back, they've released Tombstone and Mule Kick, the 2 most useless perks in the entire game. Let that sink in. 2 most useless perks in the entire game since their inceptions all those years ago. They could have given us double tap. They could have given us double tap. They could have given us double tap. They could have given us PhD. God knows how much fun we could have used PhD. So PhD, for example, you could use PhD with when the Megatons throw their whatever it is, ball of cum, I don't fucking know. Whenever they use that and throw that at you and you're taking damage from it, you could take the initial impact damage but not take the splash. That would be cool. You know, that could be your perk 5, you know? You've got a load of Ethereum crystals, you're good to go. Honestly, they missed a huge opportunity to bring back PhD, and it sucks. I wanted PhD back, but no, they've brought back 2 dead perks back to back, and it's stupid. It really is stupid, and I really hope, you know, that at least Mauer Toten isn't a dogshit map. I really hope that it's not a dogshit map, because if it is a dogshit map, I'm sorry, but nobody's playing it. Nobody is going to be playing this game weeks after this map's Easter egg. Hours after this map's Easter egg. If this map is trash, I give this map probably about 2 weeks. I give about 2 weeks before nobody wants to watch it on YouTube, nobody cares about the game anymore, and nobody cares to play it. Multiplayer's dead because of skill-based matchmaking, zombies dead because it's boring, and they wonder why people got mad when there was no crew. We are dealing with specialists that have no story. You know, I'm not even going to rant about it in this video. I'm going to create a separate rant video where I'm going to talk about all of that. So if you want to listen to that, like the video, subscribe, and yeah, go watch that video when it's released. I will see you guys in the next video. On the screen, you'll see some videos that are related for you. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.